Elite 100, good morning. Happy Tuesday to you. Today is September 5th. The year is going by so quick, and I know we are after it. So I'm really excited to have you guys here. It's so good to see all these beautiful faces. If we get your cameras on so I can see more of your beautiful faces, that'd be amazing. We got something really planned out, some really cool stuff planned out for you today. So it's an extension of the Snap networking that we saw over there in Chicago. It went so well. It was when we did the surveys. That was one of the highest rated events or segments that we did. So we're going to be doing a really cool extension of that, and Brian's going to be bringing it home. Before we do that, let's get it started with some wins. Who would like to volunteer? I got a couple, but I really would love to hear a little bit of Len. I think he's got some things cooking. Maybe Michael Shine, Greg. Who wants to go first? Just raise up the hands, throw them up, throw up your gang signs. There you go, Greg. What's going on, bud?
One of the things that you have to take in mind about, living a busy entrepreneurial life is the fact that you take time out. And one of the things that we did yesterday, we just went to the beach, chilled out. We live right on the water. So it's kind of like, and you just look at it every day and you're like, that's awesome. But you like never go down there. It's kind of weird. So I just took all the kids and just hung out, had a blast, and just very appreciative for the time that we spent with family yesterday.
Oh, that's awesome. That's a great win. And for me, like I also really need water. I'm a cancer, and for whatever reason, there's this great book called Blue Mind that talks about just the effects of water when you're nearby. It's really, really cool, man. That's awesome. Great win. Nelson, how you doing, sir? And then
Hey,
Mike.
I'm doing amazing. How you
Yeah,
doing?
buddy. Yeah, man. What you got?
My big win. I had 8 days in Iceland.
Ooh,
Oh, that's right. I saw
awesome.
that. I was like, I bet he feels like a Viking just rolling
Man,
on
I
this
do. I
thing.
have a whole that place unbelievable. I can't recommend it enough.
Is there a spot that you recommend, like if we were to take a trip, just like you guys gotta go here?
Uh Diamond Beach. Diamond Beach, where pieces from a glacier break off. So you see icebergs just flowing down this huge clear river. So it's just so serene. So Diamond Beach is amazing.
Diamond Beach coming to you for the next Elite 100 trip.
There you go.
Oh, awesome. That's a great one, dude. I love that. How you doing, Mike? What you got, Michael?
Play Title, which is my new title company, we just locked down an office in Ocala, Florida. So we are now bricks and mortar in the state of Florida. Yay!
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank
Feels
you.
good. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's
I love
awesome.
it. Those are some great, great, great wins. I want to bring on Maddie to do the mindset principles. Brian, if you could throw those things up on the screen, and Maddie, if you could take it away, I'd appreciate it.
Hey guys, happy Tuesday. Okay, Mastermind principles. How's my audio? I'm in the cafe. You good? Okay. I release myself to the mastermind because I'm strong when I have others to help me. I believe the combined intelligence of the mastermind creates a wisdom far beyond my own. I understand that I will more easily create a positive results in my life when I'm open to looking at myself, my problems, and opportunities from another's point of view. I decide. I decide to release my desire, totally entrusted the mastermind, and I'm open to accepting new possibilities. I forgive. I forgive myself for mistakes I have made. I also forgive others who have hurt me in the past so I can move into the future with a clean slate. I ask. I ask the mastermind to hear what I really want, my goals, my dreams, and my desires. And I hear my mastermind partner supporting me in my fulfillment. I accept. I know, relax, and accept, believing that the working power of the mastermind will respond to my every need. I am grateful knowing that this is so. Dedication and covenant. I now have a covenant in which it is agreed that the mastermind will supply me with an abundance of all things necessary to live a success-filled and happy life. I dedicate myself to be of maximum service to the world and my fellow human beings, to live in a manner that will set the highest example for others to follow, and to remain an open channel of God's will. I go forth with a spirit of enthusiasm, excitement.
Perfect. Amazing. That always grounds all of us. I appreciate it. Thank you, Maddie. Brian, let's jump into the next thing we got here. Let's surprise
Awesome.
them.
Thanks, guys. Hopefully, everybody had an amazing weekend. We get to really chill out too, which we haven't done in a while. It was really, really a good use of time just to relax. We've been traveling a lot. So before we do that, I want to invite you guys to next week too. I got Rudy Maurer coming on. He's a member of ours. He's all over the map. He's all over the world, literally. Just opened up in Miami, but he's pretty top level marketing guy, and he's going to do a training for us next Tuesday. And what I want you guys to do is invite your team. If you have marketing people that do your socials, your emails, I want you to invite your team to this meeting next Tuesday. That's why we'll post it in the group a couple of times. Because Rudy's coming up on, I think, 2 million a month as a marketer. And, you know, harvest the good, forgive the rest. You might not agree with everything he does, but he's been training with like Grant Cardone and just top level people all over the world. Richard Branson, he's like close personal friends with Richard Branson now. So he's really been up in his game from a marketing point of view. So I want to highlight that, and we'll put some stuff in the chat. But what we're going to do today, I'm going to need everybody with your cameras on, if at all possible. Cameras on, if at all possible. And I want you to just take 2 or 3 minutes. I'm going to be asking you one by one, what is the thing right now that you need for your business or whatever it is you're going after? Maybe it's a charity, maybe it's a launch of something. What do you need from the group? Is it marketing? Like Dan Barnett, I know that you're looking for advice on, you know, how to get your Airbnbs like listed better, right? What is the 1 or 2 things in your business that you really need help with, like right now? But I want to go quick. Not your goal, not your C-type goal. Just, I need this. Greg, I'm looking for investors. Here's where we're at. Here's how you can help. Maybe you have something you want us to post on social media. We can, you know, Trey, we can yay everything, right? Like, what do you guys need? So take 2 minutes and just think a little bit, 1 or 2 things that you just need help with in life or your business. Maybe it's a connection. Like I said, maybe we can help promote something. I'll just do a little timer here with, I'll do 2 minutes, but 12:12. And thank you guys for turning your cameras on, those that can. That's amazing. Ivan, this includes you, buddy. And same here. We're all in this together, right? We all have things that we're currently working on where we could use a little help, little leg up, whatever that is. In a real mastermind, we're always aware of each other's goals and challenges and helping each other out. So I think this will be super impactful.
So I really enjoyed the like the speed dating
Yeah.
at the event in Chicago. That was really great. And so I have a list of things to follow up on for each. I took notes on everybody, and so that's something that I'm working through. So if I haven't gotten to you yet, thank you for the patience, but I am coming to most everybody in the group. But then a follow up on what we're doing is we're just taking names of accredited investors to participate in this bridge round that we've got. And so so all we're asking for is essentially we're coming up with a list of 70 names, which is friends of current shareholders. And so like 2 people each. You know, if you have a name and a number and or email of an accredited investor, that's what we're following up with. So if you could contribute to that list of 70, that would be greatly appreciated. And this is also in the spirit of just a little tactical, you know, just a mindset and a tactic. This comes from the BJ Fogg behavior model. Simplicity changes behavior more than motivation. It's easy to just say, hey, we've got a list of 70 and we're going for, you know, 2 names each. And then it just makes it really easy to actually take, you know, action against that. But anybody's willingness to contribute to that would be awesome.
That's good, clear, and concise. Yeah. So if anybody are you going to have some sort of a pitch, like a driving traffic to a Zoom pitch or something?
Yeah, a lot of it, our initial conversation is just to share the story and make a personal connection. Okay. We just love to kind of do our own vetting that way too. And then we bring them into the pitch after that.
So a little intro, couple of names.
Just name a number or name an email, 2 names each if willing to contribute of accredited investors.
Gotcha. Good deal. Good deal. Mr. Romanowski, what about you, bud?
Well, I appreciate that you call me Mr. Appreciate that. being that I'm the old guy on the call. Hey, so I can't really say that this is a business right yet, but I know it is a venture. It's building on what I talked about on my hot seat. So I think that what I need is an exposure or an education into social media presence, marketing, sales. We don't really do a whole lot of that in anesthesia, none of those things. So that's a whole new thing for me. So I would appreciate people that are that have done this, whether it's in a consulting business, like a Chris Patterson, or like a Kevin Lee in his real estate. I basically think it's all the same thing about social media presence and reaching people and marketing. I have zero experience in that, and I would love to have some conversations about that.
I love that. So if anybody has any info there, just get with Len, message him. I wrote down a couple of contacts. I'm going to set you up with Len. That can definitely help.
Thank
there.
you. Super.
Very cool. Eric Gullickson, what about you, bud? Gullickson.
If you're a Viking, it's Gullickson.
Gullickson. I'm a
Yep.
Viking, so that's how I'm going to say it from now on.
All right, good. All right, big picture item, basically scaling and removing myself from the day-to-day in our house flipping business. And we are working on those things right now. We're building out a disposition position for somebody. So when we wholesale, somebody else can handle all that and it doesn't have to be me. That's kind of big picture. I struggle with knowing who to hire.
Hiring qualified people.
Yeah. Finding the right person. You know, you meet somebody, you think, okay, this looks good. I like this person. And then all of us in this group are like, get it done people, right? Mm-hmm. You see the goal, you get it done, you dig right in, and then you hire somebody and they just seem flat.
Gotcha. So one thing I can recommend right off the bat is something our team has just recently implemented, is having them go through the predictive index and understanding what the predictive index is.
Okay.
Maddie brought that to us and Ivan brought that to us from a hiring point of view. Ivan, you probably have this is probably something everybody here has challenges, or a lot of you are looking for what Eric's saying. So Ivan, do you have a couple of quick tips or things that you guys do to hire or screen?
Yes, for sure, Eric. And if you want, we can have a chat on the side. That's specifically what is our number one focus in our family office with our 9 companies that we have, is how we keep the CEO outside of the day-to-day operations, because the CEO is someone that should be living in the future of the organization, not in the present time, versus the COO that lives in the present time. And all the vice presidents that live, present and past. So how we get the CEO to be fully living in the future, so that future can be better than the present.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah, maybe you guys could do a one-on-one on the side. I know, because Ivan's helping us drive Think 500 in the Matrix, and that's part of the main thing. Is one of the things is hiring and attracting the right people for sure.
Yeah, thanks so much.
And congratulations on your savage Forex trading skills.
Okay.
Great job. Liz, what about you? What can we do? What are 1 or 2 things that you could use from the group?
Well, I am transitioning a little bit in our business, and so I'm looking for an assistant can help me in day-to-day things, and somebody also that's really good with social media, helping me build out like a better platform than what I have right now. So,
the first time I attracted an assistant like that, and she was absolutely amazing, I just reached out to my Facebook group, and I kind of listed, assistant or executive assistant in a growing company, like exciting, because it's many things, right? And in your case, that might even help with the kids, social media, like groceries, but they might be over here, like on some investor relations. I mean, you want to talk about an expanding position because of all you do. And that worked perfectly for me way back when, just going on my Facebook and just really listing out how exciting, growing company, blah, blah, blah. Anybody else have any quick?
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
I do.
Where's that, bud?
So one of the places that you should definitely look is on Facebook. There's a group called Virtual Assistant Savvies. And last time I checked, I thought they had like 50,000 virtual assistants on there. The cool thing that you can do is just type in exactly what you're looking for and just make it really pithy. You know, I'm looking for someone who does social media, this, that, and the other, just bullet points. Put in there what you're willing to pay. I would recommend a range. You know, we're willing to pay somewhere between this and this, depending on your expertise and skill set. Right on Facebook, you'll start getting dozens of people to start interviewing. And now some of them are in the Philippines, some of them are in India.
I think she's looking for physical, right? You're looking for a physical somebody near you?
Oh, I thought you wanted virtual.
Yeah, I am looking for somebody nearby.
So that's for me, that was Facebook, but it was my friends. It wasn't, it was like, yeah, my friends. And I had my friends share it. Friends of friends, people in the area.
Okay.
My apologies.
No, no worries.
That's okay.
That's a great tip.
Maybe beneficial for someone who is looking for a virtual.
Exactly. No, I
Still
wrote
good
it down.
info. Thank you guys.
I wrote it down myself too. Awesome. Awesome. Gregory, what about you, handsome?
All right. So I wrote down several, and one is just an awareness of the things that I'm doing. Of course, all involve like being in front of people, being on stages and things like that, not just with, you know, working with Ivan and the Philanthro Investor side, and of course, Sky Logan, their CEO of Philanthro Investors, and building out Florida. So that's all accredited investors, obviously. So just building awareness, which really traditionally is marketing. I also wrote down child awareness, which also is, you know, one of the things that we, of course, I came out strongly out of the Chicago event was the resisting resistance. And that is a lot of the things that the interactions that we have with our kids are almost like, you know, you want to make your kids feel loved and special and important, of course, but like a lot of the resistance that we see in the household are just like the parental resistance. So just energy and love that way, as far as like we have 4 girls, which in and of itself, you know, has some drama associated with it. But just any help with that, or just I'm meditating very strongly on that right now. And then just being on stages, talk about collaboration, those of us that need to be on stages and want to be on stages and talking in front of groups of people. Obviously, you know, Dave Van Hoos is that expert in this room, and obviously collaborating with Dave on some ventures right now, but at the same time, just working more closely with all of us in the room that want or feel that. Would love to have those conversations.
Awesome. So again, guys, if anything comes up, just take a note. Unless you have something real quick, take a note on ways you might be able to help Greg, or just understand what he's looking for. And what I'll do is I'll get my team to go back through this recording and write a list of these things, and we'll circulate it also. So we can kind of, like I said, keep helping each other intentionally, you know, week after week. So I wrote down something, Greg. I'll get with you.
Greg, one of the things I was talking to Chet Holmes's guy, Ted Miller, in book Ultimate Sales Machine, he talks about your Dream 100 JV list. So I think that it's a very powerful strategy of figure out who could be the top 100 joint ventures, and really writing them down and getting very specific, obviously using the techniques we've learned with law of attraction, and really figure out who could be those people. And then obviously get more intentional about it, direct mail them, hit them up on social media, find out where they're at, and start to build the relationship with your Dream 100 list. Because really that's going to be the secret. If you can A, get your presentation down, and then B, get on the stages, then that's it. That's the whole business.
So Dave, that's great advice for everyone here, no matter what. I'm thinking like even Michael Shine, right? You like, who would, if you're going on social media, Facebook, LinkedIn, maybe, just who in your industry would be the top 100 JV referral partners, and you start to just systematically, you write them down and systematically start forming relationships, 100 people over the next 12 months or something. That's a great idea. I wrote that down myself.
And real quick, I just want to have a word of advice for Lenny. When it comes to marketing, and Elizabeth, when it comes to marketing, be very cautious. I think a lot of us probably have met people that build marketing funnels and all this stuff. Be very, very cautious of that. I found out that when it comes to marketing, sometimes you have to kiss 99 wrong people till you find maybe one that halfway works.
Yeah.
So just be very, very, very cautious. I've spent millions on marketing, and I'm going to tell you, it's never really worked. And I've hired everybody. So be very cautious. If you got anybody can feel free to contact me, reach out to me. I'll give you what I've discovered about marketing. But just be very cautious. That's all.
It's good advice. We've spent a lot of money over the years too in the wrong, not the wrong direction. It's just trial and error, I guess. And marketing's a challenging thing for sure. So, Mr. Ivan Ans, what about you, bud? How can we help? What could you use from the group?
Well, I need every single Elite 100 member to bring 2 new Elite 100 members so we can become 100 Elite 100 club.
I am with you, brother. I feel that from the Chicago event. I don't think it's going to be long before we get to a waiting list, and that's what I visualize, because I see the value with the 30 people we have now, right? And I'm like, oh my God, like 3 times more. And it's not 3 times more, it's 100 times more, right? Because it's an exponential thing. So I echo that and love that. Like, and
Yes.
Michael, I want to give props to Michael Shine. He has 9 referrals, very qualified, high-level people that him and I are working, he's introducing. So kudos to Mr. Shine.
Yeah, and we are, Brian, as you know, we have now established, Maddie to be doing more of the onboarding of Elite 100 and so on. So any names you have, you can send to Maddie and just give her the names, guys. That's all. Just give her the names and let's have conversations about it, because that will absolutely take this group to the whole new level for all of us.
Absolutely. And yeah, Trey, you referred a couple of you guys did. Eric Gulixson and some others had Chris Patterson. Yeah, a lot of you guys are doing that, but it's I do have a vision of a waiting list and just being that, like, I can't wait for I was gonna say something more, but I hope somebody dies so I can get in.
Can I mention something? I think this could be good for everybody. I think something that you guys could consider is making it easy for people to refer your customers.
We're working on that.
I think the Matrix has really developed a process and a system of how to easily do that. So something that we all can learn is, how can we do that? What value can you guys allow us to give to somebody? Because obviously it gets the foot in the door, would make things easier for us. Then obviously trying to talk to somebody, convince them.
We're way ahead of you guys. All you're going to have to do is share a little bit of your story, and we're going to have a really engaging VSL. We're going to have a video postcard that we send out. We're like really high level swag just for talking with one of us. Like, we're sending out. So we're great advice, and the advisory board mentioned that too. So we're going to make it a lot easier. Having a library of videos. Oh, check out the sizzle reel and things like that. So. Good advice, and we're on that 100%.
Hey, Brian, one last recommendation for that.
Mm-hmm.
I just sent out to my group, how many of you would like to learn on the laws of prosperity? Everyone raised their hands. Of course, everyone said yes. And I said, just go ahead and invite whoever you'd like to this. It'll be a freebie bonus session.
Mm-hmm.
And just draws in a lot of people. So if you put together a free webinar and send it to this group and then have them send it to their sphere of influence, I bet you'll have pretty double or triple the attendance.
I think that would work amazing for like either thinking in results or inner circle. But Elite 100, you guys are special. Every single one of you has wanted to talk to me like one-on-one in depth, as opposed to a group. So we got to think about that.
Brian, I would reframe that.
Yeah.
Reframe that. That's a story. Chet Holmes did it with Business Breakthrough. They'd get 10 $100 million, $50 million companies on a webinar and close them.
Okay.
So I would say
I will reframe that then. No, that's good.
And fulfill customer one-to-many.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I will accept that and reframe that.
You know what will help us, guys? If you can send I think Maddie is going to send all of you a 3 questions or 2-3 questions survey on the top 3 reasons in a sequence of importance of why you decided to join Elite 100, why you are in this group, why you remain on this group. But the most important why to join, because in that way we can build more of a profile and do exactly what Dave is saying also, and going more into the reframe of the onboarding side, you know?
Yeah.
I would give you guys a hint. I mean, the reason I got in this group is because Corey dragged me to one of the events.
That's right.
That is a successful model. So obviously successful strategy. I would suggest sending people to a VSL and all that stuff. That's rubbish. That ain't gonna work. So
yeah,
avoid
I didn't mean it like it's more of a. It's not a sales letter. It's more of something that you guys can use as an escalator. But I would
say that.
We are
I would say
allow
try
you
it
guys...
till you buy it would be a good strategy for all of us. Is, hey, let somebody come and experience it. You know, I always say value first, or free to come, paid to leave model always seems to work the easiest. So I would think for all of us, what value can we give to somebody to come try us out, or to our clients to bring more people in? I think probably we all could do a better job of thinking of ideas and strategies of how that could work. Could be a suggestion.
Yeah,
that's a great idea. That's a great idea, Dave.
A lot of good advice for a lot of you guys too, not just for what we're doing. I think that's good strategies for those of you who are looking to attract into certain groups or investor groups or this, that. So awesome. Thanks for that, Dave. We'll go back to the recording. We'll get those down and we'll implement.
I need something else, Mike. I need something else, right?
What's that?
I need, if you guys know people in the UK, because I am establishing 2 new bases for the family office and all the companies, including Matrix. I made it to the UK. I am stable in the UK now. I have a stable point in Latin America with Argentina. I have a stable point in the US for expansion with Tampa. I have another point in Puerto Rico. All of these, I have executives that expand the companies. And then I made it to the UK. I will be expanding in the next 6 months. I will be here expanding and establishing Europe for the family office and the companies. And I have the idea of launching the Matrix for Europe. So if you know people in Europe that actually will be the caliber of the lead 100 people in Europe, that's something else that I need. And I have another stable point in Bangkok soon launching for Asia. So basically, just start thinking international expansion for your companies also. And when you think international expansion, basically the formula for international expansion is establish stable points. It's very simple. Establish stable points. Now you need to clear the word point, which means an organization of people that is aligned toward a vector of the goal that the organization have. So that's for you guys, but just be thinking with UK, who do I know in UK of the caliber so we can launch Matrix Europe? That's another thing I need,
So Ivan, let's get with Rudy Maurer on that. We already talked about that, but he's very established over there, and he knows a lot of connections over there. So
exactly.
Love it. Nelson, what about you, bud? What are some things we can help with?
So stages. I want to speak more to groups in terms of conversational marketing. I've got a really good presentation dialed in. And so any groups where, people want to learn how to use conversational marketing to drive more leads.
Is it any group, or can you narrow it down to like a couple of industries?
Plastic surgery practices, roofing, construction, obviously manufacturers. So I'm speaking at a couple of upcoming manufacturing trade shows.
I'm going to connect you with my guy, Patrick Cochran. Last time I checked, we had helped him scale from 500K to 5 million in 12 months. He had $1 billion goal for his roofing company, expanding all over the country. He went from Mass to Florida, I think, over in Utah or something. I'm going to connect you with him, though.
That'd be great. Yeah, attorneys, in any of these groups that
Chris Johnson, and also Michael Shine right here. They'll have connections. Okay.
I would ask a couple key questions on that, Nelson.
Mm-hmm.
Number one, what's a customer worth to you? And then number two, what are you willing to pay to get a customer?
Yep.
And then I would do is number three is figure out who is your ideal customer. and who's got the list or the stage, and I'd pay to play.
Yeah.
Like, I guarantee you there is an association for doctors, there's an association for dentists, there's association. All those associations, unfortunately, are not very prosperous. So they do their events. They have 500 chiropractors. You can pay to play. So most speakers do it the wrong way is, hey, pay me to speak on your stage. No, you do the opposite. I'll pay you to speak on the stage. So that always gives me an advantage. Like, I always ask the question, who had my customer? Back in the day, it was Dan Kennedy, Infusionsoft, and Traffic and Conversion. So I only spoke at 3 events 3 times a year, and it filled me up. And I just called up Dan Kennedy and said, what does it cost me to speak on your stage?
But I did this with
$25,000.
I did this with
I paid it. I made $250,000.
Yeah.
So I would just, and again, maybe have your secretary pull up every event that's going on, and then just reach out to them and say, hey, I'd love to come speak at your event. How does it work?
Yeah.
Like, I'll give you an example. One of my clients spoke on Rich Dad Poor Dad stage and was a #1 speaker and closer. And at my event, I used to bring him up. He's like, oh my God, I asked him how did you get on the stage? He said, I picked up the phone, I called Rich Dad Poor Dad and I asked him. And they had me send me over my speaker reel and fill out the form. I got on the stage.
Yeah, so we know our average value of a customer in the manufacturing space. Call it our LTV, lifetime value.
Let me break it, guys. Let me break it. We want to keep this quick,
Sure.
just so everybody can go. I want you guys should connect offline for sure. And I have a connection too. Jeff Rubin, his wife is a very high level dentist. I'm sure she's in some dental association type stuff, and I bet there's a connection there. I'll connect you with him.
Yeah, Brian, this is Jeff. Would love. Sorry, I'm surrounded by
what's
kids,
up,
so my
handsome?
video is off. But yeah, would love that. Nelson would love that.
Yeah, I'll
Awesome.
get you guys. I figured right away that'd be a good one. So
Yeah, and also my company, RMC, would be great.
oh yeah, perfect. Well,
Awesome.
Mr. Rubin, what about you, bud? I know you're new to the group, but what offhand, do you need help with connections? You're gonna have a hot seat and stuff coming up, but is there anything off quick that you can think of?
I need a nanny, a new nanny.
That's right.
I need a new, better nanny. If anyone actually does have tremendous experience with nannies and busy people,
You're up in New Hampshire, right?
Yeah. This one was just not working out and is not reliable. Anyway, but yeah, great to meet everyone who I haven't met yet. Nelson would definitely love to connect. 2 things real quick. Then I get back to these kids, they want lunch. One, our container home initiatives up here in New Hampshire, like everywhere, there's this massive housing and workforce crisis. And so a couple partners of mine are looking to start building container homes in New Hampshire in communities. We've spoken with the city of Nashua. It's one of the top 10 real estate markets in the country. Most people who work there and around there can't afford to live there. And so we're working with them to see how we can get some funding or some nice waivers on properties. And so any thoughts there? Anyone who knows anyone who's been building these, who's been building communities, working with towns, municipal cities, et cetera, government would be great. And then also maybe Brian for another day. My latest venture is our residential management club, where we're rethinking proactive property management for homeowners with a home inspection followed by a stoplight analysis, just like if you have a new car and they send you one, to help owners then connect with preferred vendors where we take a cut of every deal in perpetuity. And so now I have 2 co-founders. And one's a real estate agent. The other sold his company to MasterCard for a large $300 million. He's amazing. And Nelson, he would love some of the conversational marketing stuff, so we'd definitely love to add him. And any help there? Yeah, that would be great.
And Jeff, for your 2 companies, you need a full-blown hot seat. Because we need to introduce in depth what you're doing there. You reminded me to get with my contact with Tiny Homes that's done a bunch of these things. So I'll get you guys connected.
Yeah, that would be great.
And there was something in the chat. Care.com is where we found the absolute best nanny ever. Care.com. It sounds like they're national.
Yeah, we use Care. It's okay. It's just it's a marketplace. It's probably the best in class marketplaces. But
A nanny is probably something you got to go through a couple, I'm guessing.
oh, we've gone through a few,
Oh,
so
man.
it's a work in progress.
Awesome. Mr. Shine, what about you, bud? What can we help you with? Anything you can think of off the cuff?
Yes, so first of all, since we're bricks and mortar in Florida, you know, I don't know if you know the difference between chickens and eggs. You know, chickens would be people who bring in a bunch of people. Eggs would be like the end user who has one closing because they're buying one house. So I'm looking for chickens. So mortgage brokers and realtors. We can close anywhere in Florida. The office is in Ocala, but we have remote online notary services, so we can close in Key West or Panama City or wherever. So if somebody has a chicken, that would be amazing.
Michael, I've got 2 Jedi strategies because I was in that industry before. One, I would pull up. You could pull up every cash buyer in the state of Florida, and I'd market to them. People that are buying 5-10 homes a month. That's what I would do there. Number 2 is you can sign up for all the board of realtors organizations. It's very cheap as a vendor. And typically back in the day, used to give me the database and I'd email and I would do free training at the board of realtors with 500 realtors and obviously give them value of something. And that's how you could probably get them.
Awesome. Thank you, Dave.
Yeah, we have a ton of presence down here in Florida too. So I wrote down a couple of things.
Awesome.
Laura has I think a decent database of maybe some brokers and realtors. So you can get with her too. She's been down there 20 years. Greg and Liz been here. A lot of you guys been down here. So Chris Johnson was actually from here too. He's in Texas now, but he was from here. He might have some connections.
Cool. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Mr. Barsumian, what about you, bud? How can we help?
Well, very simple. I need $1 billion.
Done. Next.
Okay. So my biggest ask is investing in humans, fundraising. I need to get this charity a lot bigger than me, as we discussed in multiple times. And with Greg's idea, duplicating the model for others or other countries or other causes or whatever. So investing in humans basically is trying to get as much from us or from others funds then Greg can take and manage and make it bigger and bigger every month. So on a monthly basis, we can send some money. That was not me.
No, that was Mr. Shine. Ara, you're reminded we probably need to do a satellite, a charity specific mastermind, because me, you, Corbin, Ivan, I mean, a lot of people here have charities that they're either launching or whatever that is. I think we should do on a Thursday, a separate, and then bring Greg and Liz and like all areas. We've been talking about this for a while. We did one a while back, but we have a lot more members now. And I think a lot more intelligence, a lot more awareness. So I just wrote down to do a satellite for masterminding on everything charities. Jeremy Locke is also joining the Elite 100, so he's got a ton of experience. He'll be a member. He's on a mission right now, believe it or not, probably kicking a door in somewhere. But he's going to be a new member of the group, so we're going to gain a lot of valuable information into all things charity. They've been doing it for a while. So
awesome. My last task is, and Michael helped me with this a little bit. Health, weight loss, health has been my highest priority, more than money right now, just to make sure that I'm around to enjoy the scoop and my family.
Have you connected with our health coach through Ivan that Chris Patterson worked with?
No.
All right, Val, can you have Ara get with Maddie or whatever that connection is? Yeah, we're building matrix coaches, and Chris, I mean, maybe 60 seconds on your experience. It broke through the walls you had, right?
Yeah, his name is Nick Howarth. I've tried every diet on the planet. this actually worked, and I'm still on the program 4 months later. Ivan introduced me. My goal was to release 20 pounds. I've released 22 now. So I highly recommend it. And it's this guy is health first, but the weight comes off with it. So really, really good connection. Nick Howarth.
That's awesome.
We have that connection for you. I will get you that.
Thank you.
Awesome. Mr. Lee, how you doing, bud? What can we help you with?
Hey, Brian. Hey, so I have a few things here. Number one is I'm trying to set up a production studio so that we can streamline content creation and kick it to the next level. So I guess I don't know how we can do it in a kind of low budget way before we like buy like $6,000 SLR camera and then setting up like the back and then the soundproof equipments and so forth. So if anybody's got any recommendations on,
I was gonna say Chris. Yeah, Chris has a guy and he could probably do a meeting with you. We've used him several things and
Kevin, just shoot me a text. I'll introduce you to him. He's actually built out my studio for me, and he's actually currently building out Ed Milet's studio as well. But he'll help you, like just a Zoom call. He can recommend what you should order to start. He's really, really good. I trust him with my life. I've known him for a long time.
Yeah, I'm even thinking about maybe hire somebody off Task Rabbit just to assemble everything, because I really don't want to do it myself.
He could do all that
and all that. Okay.
Yeah. Guy's name is Stephen Christian. I'm actually going to put it here inside the chat. So if anybody's looking to build out a studio, whether it's a basic one or advanced, he can help you. So I'll put his contact information. And if you mention my name, he'll charge you double.
Okay, I'll do that. And the other thing is really just like going out of state in real estate, like buying more out of state rentals. So I guess number one is like which state to go to. I'm thinking probably like more landlord friendly states, and like whether the cap rate actually makes sense. Like if anybody has any connections, like referrals for like any realtors that you deal with, basically just kind of diversify, really just bring money out of the state of California and then, you know, just invest it elsewhere. Yeah, for now.
There's quite a few options there. Obviously, I know Eric G does well in his neck of the woods. Obviously, Tyler, I don't think he's on today, but he does well up in Connecticut. A lot of you guys are doing well in different states. Michael Shine has Rhode Island connections. I know Kyle's in Rhode Island. Who do we have in Florida? Dan and Michelle, Greg. Yeah. So Florida is obviously an amazing state. So I would maybe do some one-on-ones and just, have a quick mastermind to see if there's any deals you can collaborate on. It's probably what it would be, as a collaboration or something. And then obviously we're working on the syndicate too. That's going to be, we're building that as we speak. So that first deal is a 60 unit deal. Obviously that won't be a quick turnaround. You might be looking for a quicker turnaround than that. That's going to be I think a buy and hold and generate revenue and then pull money out and do it again and again and again, build doors and doors and doors. But I'm sure there's a lot of people here for some one-off deals. Cool. Corbin, what about you, bud? What do you have at the top of your head that we could help with? Oh, where'd he go? I scare him off? It's just, you might have had a technical meltdown. Mr. Mark Carrion, we'll come back to Corbin. What about you, bud?
Hey, everybody. I'm actually still on a buzz from the speed networking thing we did. So I still got an overwhelming amount of resources and referrals. So I'm still following up on all of those. And I know exactly what I'm supposed to be doing.
Okay.
Well, to the best of my ability, my current awareness. And I'm just applying. I currently don't need anything because I got all the answers I needed that day. It was awesome.
Very cool. What about promoting My Current Electric in Florida? Anything we can help you with there?
That need will be there. But right now we're blowing up. We just hired 2 more people, so we have 6 people down there, and
Okay, so yeah,
that's like 6 months old. So
busting at the seams, huh? Yeah, okay.
yeah, so good stuff, good problems.
When the time's right, let us know. We'll get you a hot seat.
Definitely, thank you,
Mr. Patterson. Great time with you guys this week too, by the way.
I'm going to defer mine to Nelson Bruton. Whatever Nelson I need.
More leads.
Brian, can you hear me now?
Yeah, we'll get back to you in a second.
Sorry.
There's no worries. You dropped for some reason. Nelson, you want to speak on behalf of Manny Chats, or is it the same thing?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you were there earlier, Chris, when I mentioned everybody kind of gave me some really good advice and connections on getting on more stages, and a few people actually want to discuss conversational marketing. So, I've gone already.
I missed that. Sorry.
Yep, all good.
No worries.
I was getting a coffee.
Corbin, what about you, bud? We got you back now. I saw you dropped. As soon as I called you, you dropped.
Yeah, I went to press unmute and I pressed
no
X out. So, couple things. The biggest thing is I was hoping to get a commitment from everybody. We've talked about the foundation footprints and making that part of the matrix, and we're at that point where we need to make the site live and really start the fundraising efforts. So even if it's something small, hoping to get just some sort of a commitment from everybody to donate to the foundation, so that we can start getting our first group of kids through the program.
Do you have a link or to the website? Like, one thing I want to do is make it super easy, like a little landing page of what it is, and then click to participate.
So one of the things that we need this first round of capital for is to make all of that stuff live and accessible, right? And so right now it's just old school. I'll send out the ACH instructions to anybody that connects with me. So
well, maybe put in the group here in the chat. How do they contact you? What's the best contact, or what's the best thing?
Yep, I'll put my cell phone here.
I know you guys have done a lot of work, and what the foundation is. I know there's some material I've seen it, and I know you have the 501c3 established.
Yeah, 501c3 is established, and we've got the registered letter, so everybody gets the tax deduction. And then all the kind of collateral material is ready to be kind of put together. We're in the final drafting of the brochure, and the website is designed now and ready to go. I just need a little bit of capital to make it live. I just put my cell phone in. If anybody that has the ability to make a donation wants to just send me a text message, I'll send out the wiring or the ACH instructions or wiring instructions, and then I can get that to Valerie also, and maybe she can put it out through the Matrix Network.
We know we need to do, Val. Take a note on this. We probably need to have a charitable section of our website that shows all the different foundations that are represented. There's more than one. So let's get with Maddie and the team, and that way people can just go to our site and click.
And then secondly, if anybody knows high-level business guys that like to play golf, I need an introduction to those people.
Yeah, high-level golf connections. High-level golf connections. That's a good one.
And those two things are all I need.
Do you have a question or comment, Aaron?
Is anybody else hearing people on your side? Because everybody else is fine. When you talk, the echo is incredible here. Is it me?
I have an echo, and I think it might have been when Corbin came on twice. We good now?
Oh, Corbin. It's him again.
It's good. It's good now, right? It went away. Yeah, I was hearing it too. No worries. Yeah, but anybody with high-level golf connections, that's a really good one. And you know what the funny thing is, Kai, when you think about the law of attraction, you guys all know what Jeremy Locke does, right? That's when it's too late. Well, not too late, but like the kids have been abducted and they're gone, and he goes back and he gets them, right? What Corbin and I are doing, what we're doing in the Matrix is before they get into that situation. And then what Liz told me she's doing is even before that. So it's while they're in the system, Liz and her whole organization, they want to work with those kids. And then as they're aging out, Corbin, the Matrix, what we're doing is working with them. And then if we didn't, God forbid, if it's been too late, Jeremy, so think about the attraction in the Elite 100 and how this all came together over the past year. It just blows my mind. Even though we teach this stuff, it's like, wow, it's like 1, 2, 3. Talk about the alignment. So I just I can't thank you guys enough. This is amazing. Mr. Barnett, are you still with us, bud? There he is. Are you with Michelle? You guys driving?
I'm driving. Michelle's at home, I believe.
Gotcha.
I think.
I know one of the
Yes,
things we're looking for is Airbnb marketing, like how to get your properties in Florida to the top of the pile, right?
Correct. Yes, we have 2 4-bedroom. One's a 2-bath, one's a 3-bath. One is brand new, one is a year old. And we haven't had any luck getting any clients or any people willing to rent it yet. One's been on the we've had it on VRBO since July 1st, and also on Furnish Finders. And the other one we haven't put on yet because we've been unfortunately we've had to be down there for family health reasons. So we've been down the whole month of August. We were down. And
yes.
What else could you know about? One has a pool, one doesn't have a pool.
Well, you know
So
what you
just
do?
kind of fun.
Why don't you put the listings in the group? Put the listings in the group so we can see them. So what area of Florida is it?
It's Cape Coral.
Cape Coral.
And yep, earlier in August we had professional photography done. So we have to post that. We haven't posted it yet, but we will.
So Val actually has somebody you can chat with about Airbnb. So if anybody here knows how to get your properties highly ranked in Airbnb, VRBO, Greg?
Yeah, I got a guy that I work directly with on that, so I can connect Dan with him. It's just awareness, Dan, just finding out, but there's a lot of efficiencies with it. So you just sort of stand out of the way, and there's just a lot of automation with it. So
awesome.
Yes, if it worked.
Well, that's what I was thinking.
Thank
Like,
you.
I don't have any Airbnbs, but I know how these things work, right? You got to do something to rank to the top. That's just the way it is. And there's tips and tricks and things. So I wrote that down, Dan. I'll get you guys connected, Greg, Val. Anybody else have anybody that knows how to successfully do Airbnbs and VRBOs? Michael, Shine?
Well, we have a couple. This is going to sound basic if you already have one, but the first thing to do is to become a super host. And once you're a super host, you go right to the top. And we're super hosts on ours, and the person who runs our Rhode Island one, she's a super host as well. So
You should also do a Facebook.
and Brenda just suggested you could also do a Facebook post. That's worked really well for Roatan. But Dan, I have to talk to you about sober houses, so maybe we can talk anyway. So
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yep, would love to.
Thank you.
Not just a post.
Cool. Let's see. I'm trying to think of anybody else has the camera off. Kyle, is that you with your iPhone camera off? iPhone 8?
That is me, yes.
How'd I get my intuition, brother?
Yes, I just got on.
What can we help you with? Anything coming to the top of your head you need help with? Marketing, launching, fundraising?
So yeah, for me it is I've got a ton of development stuff right now that I'm working on, and they're all really solid. But in addition to that, looking for capital, like to bring in people through syndication to kind of capitalize some of those deals. But more importantly, we have Limitless Capital, which is a private lending institution that we put together, and we've actually added on another company that we named Red Balloon, and it's actually nice because we can do a very safe first through Limitless Capital and then overlay it with a second from Red Balloon, which is my own capital. And we're just working on really raising funds and providing 8 to 9% annualized return to investors, first position in a fund. So just looking for people that want stable, steady capital. You can either get paid out monthly, annually, quarterly, but really just want to raise as much funds as we can to kind of blow this business up and make it as big as I know it can be. So that's really my biggest ask. is funding for that.
I think in this group, what you're looking for is recommendations of maybe older people that are sitting on some millions that want safe, consistent returns, not overly aggressive, pretty risk averse. Yeah.
I think what it is right. So a fixed income fund, right, or a fixed income security, you get, a stable 5, 6, 7%, whatever that is, but the price of the asset goes down inversely with the rate, right? So our kind of play here is we're going to give you stable 8 to 9% returns, and consistent cash flow. So a little unorthodox, but not even nearly as aggressive as some of the other stuff out there, but just to give people another option outside of your equities and fixed income.
Have you talked to Dalton? I think you guys got together, right?
Yeah, we're working on some stuff together now.
I was going to say he has access to a lot of those type of people.
There's a lot of those people out there. That's a big portion of the population, the baby boomers and the people that are, they've been educated just to invest in your typical stocks and bonds. And I think this is, we've seen here on a local level, just from me being on TV, we've got a lot of interest, but, we run out of funds because there's so much demand for projects around here.
Gotcha. Okay. So if anybody knows, like I said, senior level investors that are sitting on piles of money, they don't want to take a lot of risk, they can get some decent returns, stable, steady Eddie, get with Kyle. Dan Barnett, I had another thought too, and this is right in the book. Michael Shine said this. A lot of properties that I see, they end up getting their own Facebook and Instagram page and TikTok pages. And they literally promote the property as the identity. And then when people stay there, they get to post to the page, hashtag. Like one of the places we went to in Mexico is a 26-room mansion. It's got its own page. I'll find that and get, not that that's the same, but there is some version of that you guys could be doing. And as guests start to stay there, you encourage them to post parts of their stay on the page. And that'll help bring awareness to it as well. So social media for sure, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook, building pages for your properties for sure. Awesome. Look at that. 1.00. Did we get everybody? I think we did.
I didn't get to go.
Oh, what? Dave, what can we do?
I think two things. One, I'm very grateful for everybody. I've been getting so many referrals, so I'm very grateful to all of you for doing that. So that's always cool. Man, it's been abundantly amazing. Second thing, I'm thinking of, most of you don't know this, my background's in sports medicine. So I ran a sports medicine center, was a professional football trainer. So I did that in the day. And then I went on a spiritual journey with all the ancient Hindu energy consciousness and set up a whole ashram retreat center. So I'm feeling the need, a calling to create another spiritual retreat center. We're having the best technology, stem cells, hyperbaric chamber, ozone therapy, all these new technologies that are out there, combining with the energy and spiritual work. So I'm in the process of thinking that. So I'm going to need help with land, creating the design of the structure or the facility, to any great therapists, healers, technology out there. So that's, I think, going to be my new venture going in the next 12 months.
So you're looking for, okay, what part of the state, or what state, I should say, Florida?
That's a good question. Everything is going to be done through meditation and guided, like I was that. So it's a crazy thing, but be downloaded of where I'm supposed to open it. Maybe it's on a fault line, maybe it's someplace in Sedona or in the mountains. But I know in the future, we're going to have a problem with water. So maybe in the mountains as a retreat center. So for people to come to get away from all the dense energy. And then I want to combine that with the best healers in the world to come.
You do is either dial it in a little bit for us, right? The first thing you do is get those downloads and say, okay, this is the state, because then we can, we can get you some architects, some developers, and we can start to get you the things. But I think we need to bring it in a little before we can give you actionable either leads, contacts, or advice. Because it sounds like you got to connect with source, get some downloads to figure out where this thing's going to be. And then once we have that, we'll get you your own hot seat for that. Cause that's going to be a longer.
Yeah, because it's going to be a 501c3 nonprofit. So this is my way to give back.
Yeah, there's a lot of that we're definitely going to do a mastermind for charities. That's overwhelming need here. So awesome.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, no, thank you. Thanks for all the good advice too. I took a bunch of notes, so we'll get this recording out for you guys. There's a lot here. Did you guys enjoy this? Did you see value? Was it too fast? Is it okay? Thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs up, thumbs up. Okay. Once in a while, I just think it's good. Like, what do you need quick? And we'll get better at it, right? Like, because you'll be used to it. It's like, you know what? I really need, boom. So I want to make sure we're all getting the value out of knowing each other and then getting each other's recommendations. So have a great week. Be well. God bless. We'll see you guys soon. Thank you so much.
Bye, amigos.
Adios.
Adios.